My boyfriend found a secret of mine, mocked me, and even called me a slut. I like sex, but apparently it's only wrong if it's not with him. I'm a writer. A serious writer who's got her first book published and a few poems that made its way to the local paper. I make a living out of it. I also have a very secret blog that I use to publish fanfiction under a pseudonym. I know when we mention fanfiction, the first thing that comes to mind is that I'm an obsessed fangirl who writes countless of OCs and all of them are in love with an alter ego of myself and blah blah. No. I just really like exploring my favorite characters and the universe they live in. If I'm reading a book, playing a game, watching a movie, I sometimes think what if. And I write it out. It's been my secret for a long while now. It used to be. My boyfriend found my blog when I forgot to clear out my history on my laptop. I don't hide stuff from him, it's just a habit I picked up since I was a child and hit that curiosity about porn phase. We had a family computer, and if I didn't clear the history I'd get caught, so I always do this. He's been mocking me for it. I'm not fragile, I can take a mocking every now and then if I know it's not really malicious. My boyfriend, on the other hand, keeps laughing and making jokes about me being a Tumblr girl, about me wanting to be with those characters and so on. It's to the point he read a few and started nitpicking and making fun of some of it. I talked to him, but he dismissed me. I finally snapped yesterday when he came over and I was writing, again for the local paper. He said, "Writing your weird smut fanfiction, fangirl?" He meant it as a joke. He laughed, but I was already so cranky that I told him to leave. He looked at me puzzled and said he was kidding, but I kicked him out. English is not my native language. I started learning English when I was 9 years old because there was no one to write/read fanfictions of a particular fandom I was into in my native language. Because of it, I discovered how much I love writing. Because of it, I learned English and it saved my life when I needed a job but was inexperienced in a lot of things. But man, I could speak and write English fluently. And all thanks to writing fanfiction. It means a lot to me, and I'm not hurt that most people think it's silly and make fun of fanfiction writers. I'm hurt because the boy I love is being horrible about it and I'm this close to breaking up. I don't deserve to be mocked for something I like, especially when I don't judge him with the stuff he likes. He wants to come over, but he doesn't think he's wrong and he doesn't see how his behavior is hurting me. What should I do? I learned a long time ago not to be ashamed of doing something that brings me joy, especially when times are hard enough already. But it hurts so much that my BF thinks I'm a loser and I don't know what to do. I'm starting to see him differently. Edit, to clear some things up, I don't think my boyfriend was snooping. I always clear my history out of habit and this time I left it there. It most likely came up in the search bar since he told me he just found it there. The problem here is not my sense of humor, it's the fact that when I told him I wrote fics and came clean about it, I was laughing with him. Then the mockery started, and for the next few days, I was a crazed fangirl in his eyes and he wouldn't let go. That is not having a sense of humor, that's someone I love being hurtful towards me on purpose even though I told him to knock it off. We're currently not talking. He thinks I'm being oversensitive and I'm here reading your replies. I haven't let him come to my house yet and won't until I think of something to tell him. I already have something in my head thanks to you guys. This is the first time I see my boyfriend acting this way. I wouldn't be with him if he had been like this since the start. This is the first time and it's probably why I'm so shocked here. I'm hurt. A joke or two, fine. Does straight up mean mockery? Nope. I don't know if he got jealous, I don't know if the content of the stories bothered him, I don't know. I plan on finding out though. Edit 2, I'm meeting with him later today, we're gonna talk. But again, to clear up any confusion, I did not kick him out completely out of nowhere. He was not confused why I snapped. When he started teasing, it was okay the first couple of times. Then he started mocking and reading the fics just to make fun of it. He'd read parts back to me while laughing and making fun of me in a way that wasn't a joke or him seeing me as one of the guys. Update, 4 days later. I want to start this by clearing up some confusion. He and I have teased each other before. I tease my best friend and she teases me back. Stupid, trash teasing. I still have some of my earliest fics in English and my grammar was awful, really awful with sentences like, and he tried to think not about her. She throws that sentence back at me all the time and it's always in good heart, it's always in a oh god, look at the shit you used to write and look at you now. This is not what happened with my son and I. He went out of his way to make me feel uncomfortable and hurt. This is why I came here for help. Because someone I love was being cruel out of nowhere. And so, for the sake of this update, I need you guys to keep in mind that I'm in no way ashamed of writing fics, and that my son's behavior was more than strange and cruel. He had never acted that way before. So, I met him the day after so we could talk. He was pissed because I kicked him out. I was pissed because of his behavior. We went home and I just straight up asked why my fix bothered him so much. He kept saying it didn't, that he was just having fun and all, and I explained to him how he made me feel. He snorted. I told him that if he wasn't going to take this seriously, then he could leave again and not come back. After a while and a brief discussion about him being incredulous that I was so upset over nothing, he finally told me the real reason behind his actions, that he doesn't feel comfortable with me writing sex scenes. This came out of nowhere, and even when this issue was discussed here I was like, nah, he would never have a problem with it. He's even praised the one in my book. Ha! Well, I asked him exactly that. Why did he praise the one in my book? Why did he encourage me to write more of it? He said he hadn't stopped to think about the consequences, that when I wrote it in my book, he didn't know or see how many people enjoyed it. When he read the ones in my blog, he could see how many people reblogged it, he could see the comments, he could see everything, and it bothered him because I was his girlfriend. Okay. I asked him what he meant by that, and he said that I was putting myself out there by writing this stuff. I held back the urge to snap and calmly asked him, again, what the hell he meant by that. He said he knew how guys think and that they were seeing how easy I was and I'd soon be getting stalkers because, and I quote, I like sex like a ST. Isn't that lovely? He quickly tried to fix it, to tell me that he didn't mean it like that. He meant that I write detailed and explicit scenes and that might give people the wrong idea. I asked him if I gave him the wrong idea when we had sex and he just shut up. I think he realized then how much of an idiot he was because he started apologizing. I just ended it. I ended it and changed my blog's URL. He's been calling and calling and calling, texting me nonstop that he's sorry, but I can't look at him the same way. Even if I ever forgive him, just know. I like sex, so that makes me a slut, but that's not a problem when I'm having sex with him. I'm just heartbroken over this because, I don't know, this came out of nowhere. Before breaking up, he said everything would be okay if I just never wrote about sex. I mean, really? No. I like it. I like writing about sex. I like writing fics. I like it. It pays my bills. So screw that. But in his mind, if I just stopped writing kinky sex scenes, then he wouldn't feel insecure and wouldn't lash out like this. I'm glad it came out though, this side of him. Still, this is just so freaking sad.